Hey guys.
Hello.
What up, what up, what up?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
What is this?
I was like, is my
Cute.
sound
Hello.
working? Everyone's so quiet.
So cute when everyone says hello.
I have
Hello.
nothing to say.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I'm not
Hey.
gay.
Hello.
Gay.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hi.
Hello.
Yo, it is 2025.
I'm reading Grubby's notes right now. Hang on. Only bio JV, Titans live at like now. And they don't get to raid, play the game to earn gold. It's not been hard for me, and I don't even full time anymore. Okay. Okay, it's fair. Allowed auctions rather. Viewers send in mass tribute or go to cheaper raids. Okay. Okay. I want to know how Grubby's been getting all of his. He says he's been able to get it and he's barely playing. I want to know how he's been doing it. All right. I mean, I agree with pretty much everything he's saying. Dungeons, he said. Okay, so he's running dungeons. I mean, fuck, I guess. A lot of people aren't running dungeons, though. Guess he runs a couple every now and then. All right.
Looking, I have been trying to figure out how to do that for the longest. Thank you.
Discord has it with
Julia, I
Discord
fucking said
when
hi
you
to
go
you
to
and you
overlay
ignored me.
too.
Wait, what do you mean? Where'd you say hi to me?
In guild chat.
Oh, well, shit, my bad.
Hi, Mary.
Oh,
My
boy.
messages aren't loading.
All right. It's 1 p.m. everybody. Hello, hello. Been a bit of a break.
Hello.
But I wanted to talk about a couple of things, two things in particular, and we can. I don't really give a shit which one we talk about first. I guess we'll do the auction house. So these past 3 weeks of raiding, we've made some changes, obviously, because we've banned the auction house. The problem with that, though, is the auction house, yes, you can like buy gold and buy things, but that's also sort of where you make gold. So we've run into an issue of people are not really able to make gold, or at least enough to raid, because we can't sell things on the auction house. The problem is if we allow people to sell things on the auction house, we won't be able to police the auction house at all. Currently, where it stands right now, you're allowed to buy FAPs. You're allowed to buy GFPPs, Titan's Flask, and Lips. Those 4 potions, Titan's being the big one, big spender. You can buy that through Volps or myself, and we'll buy it from the auction house for you. But I wanted to gather y'all's opinion. I don't know how we're going to do this. I just got home, so I haven't set anything up. How I can gather y'all's opinion on how we should go about the auction house. I know Grubby made a very long pros and cons, but I'll just go through. Grubby, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. What's up? Welcome back. Nice hair.
Thanks, man. I want to get. I'll let you have the floor because I see you made a whole big list here of what you think about the auction house and what we should do.
Yep. Well, I'm pretty biased against using auction house, and I know that there are other opinions. I think they can be better represented by someone else. Some people feel like we should do some kind of in-between path. I think most likely the truth will be good to go there. We're already at an in-between path where we can buy those 4 potions. One thing we could do, one of the first degrees that we could do, is to allow more potions to be bought. So how is the guild currently getting potions like Elixir of the Mongoose, Elixir of Giant Strength, other elixirs that are not absolutely mandatory, but quite nice to have? Well, they're coming from the hard workers in the guild that are alchemists. They're coming from people that are farming materials. They either do so willingly because they enjoy it, or because they want to help others altruistically, or they want to build up their own supply. There's been a lot of help from the unsung, unspoken heroes in OnlyFangs. And part of the reason that some people support an expansion of using the auction house more in some capacity is to offload some of the burden that these people have been taking. Right? Some big
Yeah.
streamers do a lot of herb farming, but a lot of smaller streamers, or people that don't even always stream, have been farming a lot.
Yeah.
Their willingness to continue doing this to provide the guild with materials may go down over time. As the hype has gone down a bit, it's still there. We've still got this target, this goal of going to BWL, and we're gonna need mats to MC farm and do BWL. But yeah, their willingness is gonna go down. So mostly anything might have to address the capacity to farm additional potions that are not 100% survivability, like mongoose. One option is to just keep it exactly as we are now, to keep it pure. I kind of like that. There's a lot of people that like that, but there's also people that, as you've been mentioning, that have been messaging you to maybe open up the auction house.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just because we are facing certain difficulty with certain consumes, if we now go, my concern is if we now go with like, whatever, do anything, we'll just open it up, we'll gold buy. I feel like it may corrupt the spirit of OnlyFangs Season 2 a little bit too much. It'll start feeling like Season 1 where everyone was just doing whatever.
Okay. Does anyone have like a disagreeing perspective with what Grubby just said?
I
Nope.
could come at it from a different lens, I guess.
Sure.
The point. What was the point of us not using the auction house? I believe that point was, can OnlyFangs do what we did last time without all the help, without all the boosting, without buying items, without buying gold, all these kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
So I believe we've proven that point. We've cleared molten core. We've leveled without the auction house. We've done it without boosting, and that point has been proven. So I don't know if we need to keep proving that point on the way to BWL, or do we? And that's where I think that the auction house should be opened, because we've already proven that point.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else they want to add to it?
I
got a point of view. Go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, like what I think is that when it comes down to the auction house, I agree with Grubby that when everybody can just buy stuff, that it will really affect the overall kind of community and vibe in OnlyFangs, and the fact that it's all guild found really enhances the experience significantly, and it's that problem that I've been trying to resolve myself with the guild auction house, that basically is fully it is operating, it's working. Like Go Again is using it right now, and it really is working extremely well. And if there is incentives for people, for faction points or whatever, to trade or get materials, it's like a road in the middle where people can just use the auction house, the guild auction house, and basically trade and really get all these materials. And it works. I've seen it work. So I think that the auction house, using it from the Blizzard one, is a bit, can really affect the dynamic, and that's why I would say to just use the guild one and integrate with the faction points. That's my opinion.
The faction, I forgot we even fucking had faction points. I'll be honest, the race points or whatever. Okay, so there's the guild auction house with the Athene add-on. There's banning or keeping things how things were, or opening it up completely. Any other options people want to throw in there?
I can see opening it up.
One at a time. Let's do Nathan first.
Yeah, let me just make a quick point. I think it's pretty important to recognize that part of the conversation about the auction house, again, is legitimacy, right? And Grubby made some fair points about people working hard and grinding. The truth is that with the Lotus spawn increase, I think that flasks were really the hardest thing previously. I know I even picked up herbalism just to do it. I'll be honest, with the Lotus spawn increase, I have more Lotus than I know what to do with at this point.
It's the Grom's blood that's always been the problem. Grom's blood.
Right, so we're down to using
but...
maybe 1 flask per raid right now, 1 to 2.
A lot of Grom's blood.
The Grom's blood and things like that, I think are pretty fairly achievable. You could even allow people to just target purchase certain herbs through Volps, which is like I asked Volps a week ago, hey, can I just buy a Lotus because I have the other stuff? So I think if some people are short certain things, I think that might make it easier, just target purchasing.
Okay.
But I will say though, in like a macro sense, right? My take is that when you talk about the integrity thing, as long as you prevent gold buying, then the only comment about integrity comes from within. And personally, as someone who's done a lot of farming and has engaged in some of these conversations about fairness and integrity and who's working hard and who's not, I don't really see a big difference between a big streamer getting handouts from someone who farmed a lot in the guild versus them getting it, externally. I really don't care at this point. I will say though that I think that we have enough resources within the guild, and there's enough, I think mats floating around. But I really don't think we're short. To wit, I think you should look at the past several raids. There are probably 10 to 15 people in each raid that we've done over the last 2 weeks who show up with like no enchants and no consumes, and somehow everyone ends up having enough consumes for the raid. So I really don't think we're in a dire position where we need to change anything, truthfully.
Okay. No, that's the thing. I haven't been
But
here
what
the past
about-
week, so I haven't really picked up. Go ahead. Sorry, whoever that was.
Oh, I was just saying, what about more than just the raid? Like, Mooncloth is a 4-day GCD, and honestly, people in GCD, people aren't logging in, so you can ask them to like, hey, can you do this for me? Hey,
That's-
can I get this from you? Like, you just can't do it.
That's a good point. It's a little different. So it's same with Arcanite Bar. I don't even want to know what it's like to try and get a fucking Lionheart helmet at the moment. From what I gather, about 50 people log in per day, and that's to be expected. We're in raid logging phase. Some people are leveling alts. Some people are still doing dungeons here and there, but we can't expect everyone to be doing that. Oh, hold on. I'm going to boon this shit. Give me a second. Hang on. That's a War Chief's blessing. Anyways, we can't expect people to be logging in as much anymore. A lot of people are going, and they have to stream, and they can't necessarily stream WoW at the moment. They're going back to whatever their main game is, and it's a snowball effect. And then less people log in. Now less people log in because less people are logging in. And that's sort of where we're at. I
think that also, if you open the auction house, like people who, especially people who aren't WoW mains, like if they've gotten to level 60 and they either die or want to like do an alt, opening an auction house might incentivize them to like have more fun to go again.
Personally, I disagree with that. I get the point, but I think if people are feeling fewer views, fewer hype, even though there's still a lot of fun stuff to do, especially BWL. I don't think it matters how hard or easy you make it, because viewers aren't magically gonna come back because we are now using auction house. Like, you can't convince people with like, oh, but I'm gonna level faster now. I'm gonna be stronger because of auction house.
Yeah, no,
I think I also want to add on to that, actually. So the same point. I think the viewer optics of the guild, of the raiding progress together, Blackwing Lair for the first time, if anything, I think opening the auction house will actually lead to a reduction. Because people will be like, oh, but they're doing it the same way as last time. It's cheating and it's boring, whatever. And then they just don't tune in at all.
Which isn't
Yeah,
even
they kind of just roll their eyes at it.
But I understand how they would. That is how they would look at it, even though it's completely not. We have no ZGA.
Yeah, it's a viewer optic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more like that's the optics.
So
yeah.
what I'm gathering here.
Can I say something?
Yeah, PS0, go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to at least be able to use the auction house so I can auction stuff away, kind of like trading instead of buying stuff, just auctioning stuff to make gold, because there's no way for me to make gold and Joker just charging me 120 gold for a flask.
I only charge
Relax, bro.
38 gold for a flask.
So
I don't.
I
nobody's
also
making
agree
120 gold
on
though.
that.
Auction house that you
On
can't
that
sell
point.
to guildies or
So-
barter to guildies.
So the problem.
The danger with that,
though. Well, okay. So
Sorry,
the
I
problem
think
here. Hold on. Let me. So the problem with all of this, it sounds, or at least what I've gathered, it seems like people are not struggling necessarily to come up with enough consumes for raid. The frustration is a lot of people want to open up the avenue to make more gold through, say, mining and selling things. But when it comes to overall getting consumes and going to raid, especially with our 2-hour MCs, we're not at a problem anymore because our MCs have gotten faster, right? We just want to make it easier and have more avenues to make money. That would mean we'd have to allow selling. Go ahead, Zico.
Okay, so I have a really strong thought about this. I'd really like to say pretty please.
All right, go ahead, Race Trade.
So I think one of the biggest problems with this is like the people who have stuff to sell are not the ones who need the gold for things. And the people who aren't playing very often, I think that they'll just magically get gold. Like they don't have stuff to sell in the first place. So I don't think this really solves a problem when you open it from that like angle.
That's a
Can I
fair
say
point.
something
on that
Zico,
topic?
Zico, go ahead.
I have a yeah.
So what is going to stop us? Like, let's say we allow selling on the auction house. What is going to stop people from just listing a stack of rune cloth for like 500 gold, and then a viewer buys it, and now you know.
It's essentially
I mean,
gold.
surely it's the same thing, right? Because a viewer could ethically farm it. Obviously, we're not going to ask any questions where it came from, but like he could buy it and then buy the item. So I think the only debate here should be if we use auction house, it's full on everything allowed, or if we don't use auction house at all. And I think the pros and cons are.
What if?
That is kind of the only
I
way
think
to
the
go
pros and
about
what
it.
if?
Are. I
we
think
don't sell
the
things
pros
on
and
the
cons
auction
to
house
that
for
is.
offices?
I mean, you just have mods end up scanning for edge
Zico.
cases all the time. That'd be
Zico.
really annoying.
Zico,
I
finish
would
your
say,
thought.
why
Let
don't
Zico-
we just
let
auction
Zico-
it at
let
10% max?
Let Zico finish his fucking thought. I'm gonna lose it.
I was gonna say, I think the only thing that we should be discussing is either full send auction house or not send it at all. Pros,
I agree.
that we can, use the auction house and use the ease of the auction house to further, gear our characters and get ready for BWL and get consumes. Cons, it's a bad viewer experience. And also there's people in the guild, right, who aren't logging in anymore and who aren't farming, things to like small radiant charge to get enchants and stuff like that. So you have to weigh in like the inactivity versus the pros. And I think that's the debate we should be having.
Well, let me
add something triumphant here.
Yeah, go ahead, triumphant.
So I don't know if this is possible, but okay, if you can only buy, if we allow it where you can sell whatever and you can only buy potions, then does that really hurt any integrity? Who cares
We can't do
that. We can't do that.
That's the best solution, but it can't be done.
Like the add-on, we will not be. If we allow the auction house, we cannot police the auction house at all.
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
There's a
Ken just said like
topic too that's not being really addressed that I think we probably should clear the air on, because I look, I'm a who, okay, I know that, and I'm saying this from a perspective of a non-big streamer. I'm a who, okay. I hear a lot of people in here raising questions about dynamics of the guild and how things are going to work, and raising concerns about scarcity of certain materials and things like that. I understand why those were super relevant, and I was part of those discussions when they happened, say, a month and a half ago, when we were prioritizing how are we doing Lionheart and how are we doing Mooncloth and these different types of items, right? But I think we all need to be a little more honest with each other and ourselves here. We are now 3 to 4 rotations deep in Molten Core. The goal is to go to BWL. Even of the rotations for Molten Core, we are filling 3 raids of 40 people each, and that includes multiple replacements. And even with filling 3 raids of 40 people each, there are tons of people having like full-on crash outs, to use the Zoomer term, over not getting into raid. Okay? So when we sit here and we're talking about like people looking forward to like catching up and like making it to raid, that brings a larger conversation, which is, are we going to create like I don't, for lack of a better word, like a casual like friends and family side of the guild where we just like allow everyone to just push and do whatever they want without the same restrictions, separate from the sort of people who are progressing towards BWL? Because I think it's maybe a little bit disingenuous and probably a little bit, I think, delusional to think that someone is going to like randomly level now, get their character geared, and then like show up and be like, I'm here for BWL, guys. Like, just as a matter of fact, there's 200 people that are already trying to go to MC. So I think overall we need to have an honest conversation about that, because there are already 150 people raid logging at 60 who have cleared multi-core multiple times.
So what do you mean
So
by
I
honest
just- I don't know.
conversation? What do you mean by that? Like talk about
What I
how
mean by that
we
is
need
that
more raids, or just tell people that, because we don't invite any more people. Like the applications are
it's
closed.
not even about we need more raids or we need to like tell, but it's, I think that at a certain point, like I understood why we would motivate people and why we would change things to incentivize, like, enchanting or mooncloth or whatever when we were struggling just to get to MC.
Yeah.
But now that we're in like this raid logging format, I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
And if
probably
we're
not.
talking about opening the auction house so that someone who's just now like gearing a level 60 can like get mooncloth or arcanite bars or whatever,
The
I think
problem
we're
is
kind
the
of
gold.
losing the plot.
The problem is the gold. Every conversation I've been in when I've done a dungeon in the last week or two, it's always been a thing of I can't get 120 gold a week to go to MC. That's
Gold
the
is
problem.
really easy to make. It's really, really easy.
Not for
to
everyone.
make.
Excuse me.
Not need
What
that
If you
much
play the
gold.
game, you make the gold, and people that think they're going to make
Alright.
gold
The
suddenly
skill
because the
Let's-
house is open
Lark,
is
hold on.
delusional.
Larksa,
Excuse me.
you have a thought. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to give a quick newbie perspective. I think the no auction house thing has always been really cool, and I think we should just full send it no matter what, and just do it because, like, for example, I picked up, like ditched my mining for herbalism, and it feels really good. It feels like I'm playing with a greater cause, and like as a newbie, I just feel like no auction house is the way to go. Like we can do it, you know?
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
We can if people
True,
log in for
man.
things.
True.
All
I
right.
absolutely agree with that.
So
As long
I
as
agree.
I think it's good how we're doing it
She's
now.
right,
Like
she's
how
right.
Tuca is allowing us to buy the consumes beforehand.
Hey,
I
guys.
mean, if we want to just open it to
Hello.
all the consumes, that could be a compromise.
hey.
I have I guess a point to raise that's kind of an adjacent issue that's not necessarily related to auction house, but logging in for high level dungeons to get people bridged to that gap, that's something that's missing a little bit right now. Like there's not much incentive for people to help gear up the 60s that were maybe late to the party.
Nope.
But don't have as good a gear.
You're right.
The
People don't
incentive
wanna
is
risk
money
their
from
characters.
dungeons. I run dungeons for a day. I get 100 gold. Like if you
Exactly.
play the game, you make money. And the people that think they're gonna suddenly make money because the auction house is open, you're delusional. You don't fucking play the game.
No, that's not true, dude. That is
Okay, that's not
You
true.
are
That is not
delusional.
true.
You have no
I'd
idea
at
what
least
you're
be
saying,
able
my
to
friend.
sell my felt
All right?
cloth on the
Yeah,
auction
go back
house.
to retail.
Yeah.
Right, but then are you just
Hey,
making
I've
it
seen you
worse?
do the block
Cloth
fire
every
sell
day
the
that,
felt
like,
cloth
you know,
guildies.
All
Are you just making it worse
Yeah,
for people?
Let's
No,
talk.
wait,
Guildies want felt
So-
cloth too, you
so
know?
I am-
Soda, there's one thing we haven't heard yet. We haven't
ahead.
heard someone say like what they want to sell, how that's going to make their life easier, how it's going to make their stream better,
Cool.
and how they maybe do stream more WoW if they can use auction house and make more money,
mean-
or how they can't make raid right now, and if they can sell, then they can. And we haven't heard that.
I can sell my
Cool.
arcane crystals and my thorium bars that I have literally hundreds of, and they're useless because I
Cool.
have to drop it for
I want to buy
the
a
same thing
thorium
as everyone
boss.
else. We'll just have a bunch of herbalists.
Why
Then.
can't you just sell it to guildies?
So I have a suggestion.
Sell them
buying
for
thorium boss,
There's not enough
25 gold
buying.
a stack.
Sell them to who?
Yo, stop
Who
pretending
needs-
like it's easy
To
to sell
Pala,
to
sell
guildies,
your
man. Half
thorium
the
to
time no
me.
one's online, and the other
It's
half
not
like no one wants to
true,
buy it.
man.
Let's.
It's not easy to run
not easy.
dungeons
One by one,
either.
one by
We have
one.
no gold in the guild.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do.
I have gout.
From what I've gathered, it seems like we don't need to change anything auction house wise, potentially, because the next topic might change things. So the next topic, aside from auction house, is raiding. Now we can do things a lot of different ways here. We can keep things as are, where we do a draft and we raid. The problem that I see with the new raid leader every week is I think we all kind of realize, yes, they are the overall leading voice, but we are all raiding these or leading these raids together, especially at this point. So I don't give two flying fucks personally about the draft anymore. I don't. However, that means you would have someone like myself or Ompi or Sweats raid leading, which is also boring. Really no way to go about it. So the options we have, we can keep doing the drafts and just say fuck it and see how it plays out. Keep going. We can have
I like
Sweats
drafts.
raid lead, or we can start doing 30-man MCs or 20-man Anixias. How dumb are we feeling?
I think
think-
people like watching the drafts. They're
Drafts are
they're
fun.
like really
Yeah,
big
I think
for
the drafts are
future.
fun.
They're really
guild
fun.
meetings,
20
pretty
dummy right
Drafts
I
are
don't
cool,
feel-
So we-
honestly.
I mean, you could do a 30-man draft, right? Like you could combine them.
So exactly.
I'm
You're
ready
definitely
for
one or
my
the other.
first raid
have gout.
lead.
So the
Yeah,
options.
I think it's good, Soda.
Okay, so the drafts
The way
can
we're
say.
doing it.
Do we want to factor in 20-man Anixias, etc.?
I will say,
it
I
could
think
be
there's
cool for
already
Army to
if
do
there's
it,
already
yeah.
people who can't raid and are like sitting on the bench and are upset about it.
Well,
then
they can make
reducing
that
the number
to
of people
40.
increases the number of raids we would have to do in order to accommodate them.
They could just make more.
20-man Oni is asking for a deep breath that kills people. That's all I'm saying.
You're right.
It's more. It's way more risky.
And
if we're trying to do BWL, we shouldn't. But
it's
if you're trying to end OnlyFangs, probably.
No, I'm not trying to end OnlyFangs.
Yeah,
BWL was like
So here's the thing.
Good point, it's funny.
We can have the A team. So what this would do is we could get some of our best players into one big raid of 20 people and have them do their 20-man. And that takes away a lot of the good players from the other raids, despite them still being 40-man.
This is a really good idea.
That's
yeah. So the A team goes
I love
in,
this
the
idea.
20-man take some of the best players, and then we've got our B and C team of dumb fucks who don't have very good. They don't know what's going on, but it's still 40-man, still scary. All the raids are now a little more stressed. So we could take a 20-man. Ampi, you feeling like raid leading that shit?
That was my idea. I'm doing that already.
You're already doing it. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, you told me about that idea, but I was thinking we were doing 30-mans across the board, but now talking about it, we're going to go to the Ampi idea. So, Ampi, you would raid lead that, and what we would do is you would probably pick your team. You can pick from anyone that you want. Once your team is picked, those people are now reserved and they're gone. Then we'll take our 2 raid draft leaders, whoever they're going to be this week. We can decide that here. And they will draft with who is available from there. And then we'll have our 3 raids. And then, of course, we'll have the 4th team, which are the sloppy thirds, fourths, whatever it is. That's our Darko raid led last week. And that's probably what we'll have to do.
So, can we do a?
Is there a reason not to have 3 drafts simultaneously at the start?
Because
if we always have a 3rd raid.
Because the problem is when the 2 and 3 raids die or people die in them, I want options. We are going to steal from that 3rd raid. Like we did many times. People die and it's like we replace them with people from the raid. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah, got kidnapped.
Yeah, like
one suggestion.
It makes sense because those people are more prepared for raid.
So that people don't draft people that aren't available is you put up the sign up sheets and everyone can sign up for all of the raids that they're able to make, and then you do the draft and then they can pick from the people that are signed up for their raid.
Raid Helper only allows 100 people to sign up, and
I don't know.
But they're not gonna. They're not
The way it's been going is
they're not
decent.
doing it.
So Ampi gets to pick first, right? Like the first 20.
Ampi will pick his A team, whoever he wants. Those people are locked into a 20-man raid.
Yeah, definitely let him pick first.
Yeah, Ampi's going to now. Ampi, do you feel confident with the 20-man MC?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
All right. So you will.
Ampi, what is your willingness to let people die? Low, right?
0.
Yeah.
Every man is.
One
What about
issue
you,
with
Soda?
that
And
is
if
I'm not worried about the 20-man. If you have a team of 40 people who really don't know what they're doing and say they wipe an MC, does that just kill the guild because you just lost?
Depends
40
on
people?
depends on who's in it. I'll be honest.
I mean, we've been running.
There's more than 20
There's
sweats,
more than
though.
20 sweats
There's more
available
than
to know
20
their way
sweats.
through MC.
That wouldn't
If
happen.
anything, there's probably more sweats than newbies, right? So we have a ton of sweats.
Yeah, because the sweats are
Even
still
if you
playing.
take away 20 sweats, there's
Yeah.
plenty of people who know what they're doing.
So
I think it's a good idea. My only concern with that is that we did have about 20 people that didn't get to raid that signed up last week that were pretty upset. And so if we do a 20-man sweat raid, that's more people that don't get to raid.
Sardaco, there's 4 raids now.
He's not taking away a raid team. He's adding a 20-man. It's 180 versus 160.
Yeah.
If
So we're
people
doing
die
4
in,
raids now. Okay.
there will be
if
4
people
raids.
die
One of
in
them is just
Ampi's
smaller,
raid,
yes.
Okay.
Does Ampi get to steal from other raid groups?
No. No, Ampi. Well,
He'll go with 19 or 18 or
he
whatever?
cannot steal from other raid
If people
groups, but
die.
he can steal from people that are not signed up. That's what I'll say. You cannot steal from the other raid groups. We're not going to do that system. All
He'll probably
20
need
of
a
you may
bench of
die,
3 to 5.
but it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Great quote.
You said this was going to be linked to the auction house earlier, like talking about this topic. What's
Well-
the correlation here?
Well, it could have been because if every single raid is now doing 20-man MCs or 30-man MCs, now the raids will take longer, meaning you would need more potions, right? But we obviously have scrapped that. We're going to do one 20-man MC. Those people will have to get their consumes, and then, yeah. So that would have
makes
been the
sense.
correlation.
Okay.
All right, so let's move forward with that. We'll do the auction house stays as is. Ampi, you will select your raid. You will present it tomorrow. We will do draft the next day. For raid leaders, who are we thinking here? I don't know if I want to fucking open up the floor of that. I might just pick my damn
Soap,
Sun glitters.
Glitters, and Mary.
Larks.
The fuck?
Okay,
You want to die?
so
We're all
Glitters and Mary is an actual death sentence.
07.
No.
Not
I mean,
so.
okay, let me ask him. Mary,
What do you mean death sentence?
All right, Mary and
You
Sunglitters,
cool.
how do you
Glitter.
both feel about raid leading?
Hey, what about me?
Oh, I mean, I could
can
do it.
do
I'll
it.
just
Okay.
I'll be sober.
But can I
Oh,
get
God.
some help, or do I have to do it alone?
We'll
you
take
can
a
work
shot
on those.
before
We got your
every
back.
boss
We
during
got
their
your
Wait,
back.
yeah. What if we had like an assistant? Like, you know?
So
Get a
here's
assistant?
what it is. You can get as much help as you want now. You have a question, you can ask it.
Ooh.
You can get yourself a Google Doc. You can have yourself notes. I mean, like, fuck, at the end of the
Okay.
day, Lakari and everyone's had notes while going through. The end, you're the final say.
Ooh.
You're the final say and
CNN
everything.
raid lead? Ooh.
How about
So-
you do
Okay.
a girls
Hunter
raid
Fury?
lead where you have both the girls just raid lead together? Challenge accepted.
A girls only raid? I mean, I know Peekaboo wanted to do something like that, but I just felt it would get a little too fucking incel-y in the chat.
That's gonna be
Asmund might get
weird.
mad about that.
Is he even
But if it's
60?
just
Oh,
all
well.
girls, it's probably better.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
agree.
need some female leadership in this bitch right
I would
now.
be like,
Ladies, stand
yeah,
up. Where my
definitely
ladies
some
at?
leadership.
All right. Well,
Butt
there you
soap,
go.
stand up.
So we'll do this.
Oh, when he
Asmund Gold's
says it,
getting
it's
really
fine.
mad right now.
All right. Mary and Sunglitters, you're both going to raid lead. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, We're just gonna set it. I know there's
Let's
other
do it.
people that we could also select, but we'll just go with those two. You
Fuck
must
yeah.
get prepared. You will also be doing a draft. So
Yeah.
let me look at my calendar. So look in here.
Okay.
So tomorrow, Ampi, you're gonna present your raid
07.
team. Tomorrow we can go ahead.
So wait, with that, do I just get to pick anybody and they have to do it? Like if they're available, or
yeah,
like
you
should
can
I be
force people.
like reaching out?
I like
and,
that.
like
I think
Let 'em
anyone you
just
pick,
pick.
anyone you pick is
Yeah.
100% down, bro. Like no one's gonna be like, no.
Ampi, honestly, yeah,
Okay.
you're
I
good.
think most sweats.
Okay. So
Okay.
here's what we'll do.
I have a
Tomorrow,
roster.
Just gonna be a time issue for EU guys, right? If for his raid, so just making sure it's the right time for everybody.
well, we'll do this. We're gonna do Ampi's raid. What order should we go in? Ampi's raid first.
Ampi should pick first. That way. he
No,
gets
I'm saying
all
like when
top
the
players,
raids,
yeah.
not when the raids
What the
actually
hell?
happen. So tomorrow, Ampi is gonna show his 20, and then right after, we're gonna do the Sun Glitters and Mary draft. So that's tomorrow. When should they raid? When should Ampi go? Should Ampi's go first? I think so.
I think so, yeah.
All right. So
Should they duel for first pick?
You
yeah.
talking about like
Actually,
what,
yes,
rating
please.
tomorrow? You mean
Alright.
for him?
So tomorrow.
We're drafting tomorrow?
Yes, you're drafting literally tomorrow.
But, okay.
Are you both okay with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
We're jumping right back into the
same time
deep
as
end here.
now, or when?
Same time as now.
Okay.
So 1 p.m. CST. Ampi, you're going to present your team. You're gonna work on all of that. And then right after, Mary and Sun Glitters, you're gonna duel for who gets
Do
first
it?
pick. You're gonna duel.
Ooh.
Best of 3. Anything goes.
Oh my god, fuck!
Yeah, best of 3. Anything goes. And then after that, yeah, we'll do
I
the
can
draft.
cast that if you need a caster.
Absolutely,
That'd be
Zarya.
cool.
After that,
Great.
we'll do the Sun Glitters and Mary draft. We'll pick all of that. The next day, which would be Friday, Ampi, your raid is happening then. Are you good with that?
I would prefer a little bit more time because
Okay.
I have 5 hours at 60.
Yikes.
So Monday for Ampi's raid?
So
I would prefer to go later.
So you
just
want to be a last raid?
so that I'm ready for it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we'll do Ampi on Sunday. How's that sound?
That's okay.
Okay, Ampi, your raid will be on Sunday. Sun
I
Glitters or
can't go
Mary.
Sunday if you did want me, Ampy. Monday would be better if you did want me. I don't know if you actually do, but I thought I'd speak up now.
Okay. Well,
oh, never mind.
Awkward.
Dude, I
Gosh, yeah.
for sure
Main character energy.
Okay. Moving
We all
on.
think you're really cool.
Moving
Sunday
on.
school then.
No, okay. If you need to move it, you can. We'll decide. Mary and Sunglitters, do you guys have a day you cannot raid, Friday or Saturday? Either
No,
of you.
I have no life. I can do it.
Can clear up my schedule.
Okay, because I just wanted to know. So what we'll do is the winner of the duel also gets to pick which day they raid on out of those two. All right.
I see. I see.
All right.
Okay.
So that's the schedule. We're gonna leave auction house as is. We're not making any changes. It seems people are able to, maintain it. We're gonna do tomorrow. Ampi, you're gonna present your draft. The next day is gonna be either, and we're also going to draft the other two raids, and then we'll have one raid, and then we'll have the next raid on Saturday. Then we'll have Ampi's raid on Sunday, maybe Monday. We'll see.
Maybe
depending on
Monday.
Zari.
We'll see how the numbers.
Yeah, we'll look at the
Wait, who are
numbers.
the 4 raid leaders?
And then the next raid leader, who should raid lead the fuck? Well, we have to wait until the draft, and then we'll find out who's gonna raid lead the sloppy thirds.
Yeah.
And that seems
Just
to
to
be
be
fair.
fair, the sloppy thirds actually is the fastest raid, by the way, right now. So
Well, it may not be this time because you're not going to get all the sweats. The
It's
sloppy
not,
thirds.
It might not be a sweat leader. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't even have a sweat leader. So usually the sloppy thirds have gone very well because the other raids are limited to 15 sweats each. But this time, because one raid's taking 20, and there's the 15 from the other two, sloppy thirds might be fucked.
Stop calling it that.
That's crazy,
I
man.
call them the
What is
leftovers.
Chance, can I bring up
There were
the
more than enough
Is
last
there gonna
time.
be a sweat limit on Mary/Sunglitter raid?
I don't think so. Not this time around, actually. I don't think we limit it. We just let it play as is, and we'll just see how. Well, I have to wait until I see the draft after all this
Sunglitters.
shit.
It works. It
I'm
works
gonna
good
already
because
say
Ompi's taking
this.
20 off the table.
I'm already gonna say this. You can have Zuko.
I think everyone should be muted.
what the
in most
fuck?
raids, though, and just the
Mary,
raid
I'm almost
leaders.
higher ranked than you in
Okay,
league, by the way.
I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah, what about that?
The
What do you
okay,
think?
you understand.
They
The
should
raid,
do it in the
raid
meetings,
leading
in the
by
meetings
yourself
center.
with everyone being muted, I agree. Like, that's great. That's awesome. But the reality is, in every other raid, you have people helping you. Like, you're not going to see that core hound around the corner, and you're not going to get griefed extra because of the content bullshit, right? I do want people to see the core hound. You may not see it. Does that make
Can
sense?
do it in the meeting channel, and then can people type it out in raid chat so they have to.
That sounds really
look
boring.
At the raid chat.
That's the only problem. There's no camaraderie.
Yeah,
But otherwise, it was also like boring because the sweats are just always talking. And
Sure.
the
No,
raid
you're right.
leader didn't even
You're right.
raid lead.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that actually, because we did this in Grayson's raid, and I feel like that raid was actually like the best vibes of all the raids.
Me too. I agree.
Like, it can be great, and I agree. It's like, well, we want them to be able to do it themselves. But the problem, when you're sitting there talking to yourself and no one can talk back, it is boring. It is.
It's what you're doing on the stream
True.
too. So.
What do you mean? Oh, is it? No, you're
Yeah,
right.
you can
Like,
read. You can read like the raid chat, and then I don't know.
I guess
Maybe
you're right.
I mean, there's ways to do it, but I think it's more about is it entertaining.
It's.
I have an auction house related question really
Go
quick.
ahead.
Could we add like Mooncloth and like 3 days cooldowns and stuff to the list of things we can buy through people?
Okay.
Since nobody logs.
Sure.
Wait, can
let's
I
open that
actually can I
discussion.
speak on this?
Okay,
Can I speak on this real quick? Because I've had to help a lot of people over the last like week and a half with this stuff. For a lot of you who might be struggling with these things, everybody will tell you just send them an in-game mail, and they're so receptive to it. Everyone, you can't find people online at the same time zone as you and stuff, and that's totally understandable. But every single person I've spoken with that said like has a cooldown is like, just send me an in-game mail because I'll forget, or I might not be on when you need it, right? And I feel like that is an easy bridge that's already been gapped by a lot of people that maybe just not everyone's aware of.
There is.
I find people get really frustrated about it. They're online only for 2 hours, but there's 22 hours out of the day that other people didn't see their message. And like, I help everyone, right? But I'm not online all the time. I know it looks like I am, but just put it in the trade channel in Discord or like the level 60 channel in Discord, and a lot of people check there as well.
I mean, if they don't, sending them in-game mail. Keep in mind, I G-kicked 80 people this morning because of inactivity. So you can check your guild. You can check the profession tab, assuming you have the add-on. Find people that have tailoring, mail them. They will log on and they will see it. Now they may be a piece of shit, but yeah.
What about adding a couple more channels to the Discord for specific professions?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
People really.
I don't think that's.
They're not gonna use
No
it.
one's. Yeah.
Yeah, more channels won't make a difference.
No, it won't. The people that use Discord will check it, and the people that don't will not be checking it. You're not going to change it. Yes, Grubby.
One thing we didn't discuss much is the gray area where we allow a slightly more potions. I don't know if there's as much resistance against that, even though I think we should keep it pure. Like, I wouldn't be like very upset if people added extra potions to it, just like another 4 or 5. What is
Yeah, I like the
general
idea of like adding
sentiment about that?
mongoose and giants and stuff like that. I think that's a good idea.
My
Mongoose giant?
comment on that is if we do add more potions you can buy directly from the auction house, we should give alchemists the option to sell to the guild bank, to sell to Tuga, to sell to Volps, so that
Well, we can sell to each other.
Cat.
It's the same thing.
But
Why not just sell
I've had no problem selling
not
to
online
them.
at the same time.
I 100% agree with
I
that
know.
because I am concerned that we are operating like internally with our own economy, but we have to purchase goods from like an inflated realm economy. So eventually there's like a path, I think, where we're going to run out of gold. Even if we just...
Can we ask a question about the capacity of Soda's mods and helpers? Because a lot of this comes down to like if we double the workload, are they willing to do that? Like, are they?
So they're already receiving mail of like, I'll take 2 Titans and I'll take 3 Lips. Now it's like, hey, so I'll take 2 Titans, 3 Lips. Also, I've got this. Can you sell that? Give me the money back once you're done. Also, sell this. Let's do a little inflated. They're not gonna do it.
Too many layers.
That's too
Way
much
too many
shit.
layers.
It's not gonna happen. So we either allow the potions or more, or we don't. There's no extra steps we can add.
I think one thing we could do is we could add a few potions to the list, like greater shadow protection, greater arcane potion, or those few bosses.
Any raid consume.
I wouldn't
Can I
say
play the
any.
devil's advocate here, Soda?
Yes, go ahead, Savix.
What really breaks opening guild because the auction house? Because there's already people getting boosted, getting
You're
mob
right.
tagged. There's people getting
You're right.
nailed like all the gear and all the pots. Like,
so
what's the
right,
point of not having it? If
opening-
we're not allowing Petri, I feel like it's fine, right? As long as there's no Petri.
You're right. So allowing auction house, what it changes. Overall, it just changes viewers. Viewers will be like, "Oh my god, this guild's just a bunch of cheaters that just cheat and use the auction house to, buy a kill."
But there's
on
already
Rakros."
people getting mob tags.
You're right. We're
Right?
already there. You're right. We are absolutely.
And everyone has fire in chat running around. Like, I think
we are
our role
already
really
busy,
is,
but
but-
know how to use the auction house though.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of it. But also,
It's just so much work for your mods and the people that are picking flower every day, and it kind of sucks for them.
I mean, it takes
the
away from the
question is-
people who want to earn a spot though and have a way and a niche to do so.
Right. I also don't think that
Like,
those
earn a
people
way
are
to
really
the
ones
raid
that
spot?
are asking for it.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion,
Isn't
yeah.
that like
if-
slaver? You're doing flower picking to get a raid spot.
That's not
Is it
slavery.
herbalist is it herbalist asking for the auction?
Okay.
Some big
I-
streamers
yeah, are
get
the
like
people
more
that are joining
resources than
actually
others.
asking
Like
for it?
some big
I'm
streamers get more
slavery.
resources than others, right?
Hey, can
Like,
there's already people.
I'm just trying to play the other side, right? Because I see the point, yes, but at the same time, it's like some people want more pods, some people want to do
Savix,
stuff.
you are
yeah.
absolutely right. Now, who was it that said they wanted to speak? I heard their voice.
Hi. I'm Control Quinn. I wanted to like tap in on this like whole auction house thing. Someone said something about lower level people not getting resources. Like I've been sending shit to people who have wish list or whatever, and I don't ever get anything back. Like I literally have to beg for resources, and the auction house would really help us just get to where we need to go. So like I'm pro auction house. I just want to say that because I'm like tired of just like begging for resources.
What resources do you
Wait a minute.
I'm
I'm
pro
pro begging. Wait a minute.
I'm also pro auction
Wait a
house, I just
minute.
wanna
Wait
say
a
that.
minute. Wait a
A lot
minute.
of anti-people
Begging
are
is
going for it.
content. Begging is content. If you activate the auction house, okay, that whole thing where you go on a player's chat and you beg them and you go to, all the various people in mine, you're gonna lose a lot of that, communication.
You guys beg for shit, even with
can make
I'm a begging man.
Of course,
I'm a
the
begging
number
man.
one beggar would say that.
So I'm against the auction house.
Keep in mind, this is
Can I
from
say something
Quinn,
very
who gets a lot of things handed
transparent?
to him. Go ahead, Grubby.
Yeah,
I know.
I was nodded by Minskin. I was
Quinn, I
self-found.
was praising you, and I see you getting mob tag every day. What's
In
going
like
on?
2 days.
My
Murdered by
God,
Minskin.
watched, man. He can't even level by himself anymore, man. So sad.
Go ahead.
I think like Savix and Nathan brought up, like
Hold on.
regardless of.
Hey.
Grubby,
Hold on,
go
one
ahead.
sec. This doesn't take long, all right? So, Quinn, he probably gets more handouts than other streamers.
Yeah.
right? He gets more handouts than a one viewer streamer. That's the way the world works. It's kind of unequal. It sucks. If you're a small viewer streamer, you don't get as many free handouts. That kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's like, why give it to Quinn then? Like, why not just give all like, someone else might be begging with 10 viewer streamers. You can give it to them, but there is some kind of transaction happening, or at least the expectation of a transaction. Even that, as much as it mirrors the inequality of real life, that is still some kind of content. Like, just don't give it to Quinn then. How come he's getting so many handouts? Well, maybe.
Can I also say something else while we're talking about Quinn 69?
Oh God.
My name is Quinn too. I am the other Quinn. And I'm not like a 10 viewer person, but can people stop like getting in parties with me because they think that I'm Quinn, and then they find out I'm the Black Quinn.
Oh
This has
my
happened
god.
so
That Quinn
many-
Wait,
Is
that
fucking
Wait, come on, bro. You got to fix that.
So many times where people are like, "Oh, this is the other Quinn," and then that makes me feel like.
Would it make
like,
you
that's
feel
fucked
better
up.
if
no
we
offense,
refer?
Quinn.
Let's refer to.
There's actually been a few times where I join a party with Quinn 69 and it's not you, and I've been upset. So if that makes you feel better.
How about this? We will now refer to Quinn 69 as the other Quinn.
Yes,
All in
I was
favor?
here first.
All right.
No offense, Quinn 69, but I was here first.
All right, so Quinn 69.
Oh, that's great.
From here on out, must be referred to as Quinn 69 or the other Quinn.
Yes.
Okay. We will.
Who's the other
Quinn?
Quinn? Is Control Quinn or Quinn 69 is the other
Well,
Quinn?
people will call me like Queen Quinn or whatever sometimes. I'm just like, nope, I'm just Control Quinn, but thank you for much for listening.
Of course.
All right, wait.
I'm
Well,
glad we
the
got
other
you,
Quinn
other
needs
Quinn.
dent stone. I need dent stone, so if you can send me some dent stone, guys, that'd be great.
Mods,
the other
can
Quinn.
you change Quinn's name in Discord to the other Quinn? Thank you very much.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
So moving
Which
on.
one?
The other one. You know which one.
Okay. I got it.
So go ahead and change his name. So in Discord overlay it pops
It's
up as
done.
the other Quinn. Now,
Got it.
moving on. We talked about the auction house. I think, or no, we haven't. We're still on that subject. Do we want to allow all of it or not? I mean, fuck.
Yeah,
So, why not allow it at 60?
Open
the fucking.
We should allow it.
Do a vote. Because regardless, like Bobby said, the dynamic is the same.
Go around vote for it. I have gout right now, so I'm in excruciating pain. That guy has gout.
Silence.
Oh, I'm saying something.
All right.
rough.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a Discord
Wait.
vote. Not now,
Okay.
but we're going to have it go on overnight, and we will reveal the winners tomorrow. All right. The options are full auction house released, all potions allowed, or as is. Those are the three options I see here.
May I say one thing about this?
Is our vote going to be publicly?
The vote is going to be in Discord, and it is not a viewer thing. It is the people in the guild who are playing thing. So I'll have one of my mods try and set that up. I'm not sure how we're going to do the votes. One of those three. All right? And we'll
You
have
can
a
do
vote.
a Discord poll.
so
a
the-
Discord poll could work.
Okay, well, I don't want to poll it with just
clarify-
us. I want everyone to vote on it. So the whole
Yeah,
guild.
we can have a poll
Yeah.
open for like a day. That works.
Perfect. Let's do that. Set it up.
To clarify, you're saying there's a way to police it so we could all be able to buy potions from the auction house?
No, you buy it through Tuca or Volt.
We still buy it through.
It'll be the exact same. You'll just be able to buy all potions and all elixirs.
Guys,
can I talk for a bit? People who don't want the auction house are going to be split between all potions and no potions. So that might
You're
rig it
right,
towards the
you're
auction
right,
house.
you're right,
That's
you're
the problem.
right. Fuck, that's not fair. All right, let's do it like this. Let's just allow all potions or allow the auction house. Like it's mongoose and strengths. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like
all
Bobby and
by
Savix and the
shouting at
guys
the
have
same
brought up,
time, or?
our dynamic is the same. You know, like I think if anything, it just kind of benefits maybe the people that are smaller to kind of like just have a chance to play the game normally.
You could also
As
promote,
the
you
cream
could also
rises to the
promote a
crop
few more
regardless.
people to like officers in the guild for them to be able to use auction house. People with integrity, you know, like myself.
Oh
god.
No, hard veto.
Alex Bones.
Just
If
to
the
clarify-
auction house does get,
should be able to use the auction house as well.
if the auction house does get allowed, should there be something like the mount system where where you unlock an alt slot
let's
or a bank
talk-
slot by hitting
well,
60?
Maybe we'll talk about that if it actually succeeds. We'll talk about potentially limiting it. So again, moving forward, or next thing, Titans, Lips, FAPs, and GFPPs have already been allowed. You can buy those through the mods. Assuming you buy them at auction house prices, they use the auction house for you. Now, with this change, assuming it sounds like at the bare minimum, this is going to be changed now. Mongoose, Elixir of Strengths, Arcane Power, they're just like some slight damage buffs. It's minimal. Truth be told, they're not required. GSPP, so Greater Shadow Protection, Greater Arcane Protection, which again, honestly, are really minimal. Not a big deal. What else are we allowing now?
Supreme Power?
Major
What
mana
about
pots.
not Supreme Power? I don't think.
Eileen's Candle.
Superior defense. Supreme Power, I think. Fuck, I actually hate that people use it. It's so dumb to bring Supreme Power.
I think not.
I mean, they
Stone
can.
Shield Potion, maybe.
Stone Shield Potions, like again, all of these are kind of big, but also.
I was trying to give away Stone Shield Potions,
Yeah, they're
and people
not.
weren't taking them.
It's not a big deal. I have 15 in my bags right now. I used 2 of them in the raid. These aren't a big deal. This isn't a big change. But
I'd say Restorative Potion, absolutely that one.
Even that's not even that big of a deal. I mean, it is, but it also isn't.
Good for Baron.
It's
Dark
decent
Rune.
for Baron. Dark Runes, yeah, okay. So at the end of the day, these are all kind of, they're helpful and they're nice to have, but they're not that game changing. So we'll allow all consumes you can buy through the mods. You'll have to, send them a shopping list, poor moderators, or we allow auction house, and we'll have to probably start indicting people. I don't want anyone in the guild buying gold. If that ends up happening, or we suspect someone, I'm gonna do VOD reviews of how much gold you have, what you've bought. We'll indict people. I don't want any gold buying. I'll still have to police that.
That's content, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, can I yap for a bit?
Go ahead, Nim.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I am actually pro opening up the auction house. So I wanted to talk. I've been waiting patiently because I feel like a lot of non-auction house people have been talking. So this is my effort to try to sway your vote, okay? So first of all, people have been talking about the spirit of the guild, and I don't really understand that, like with the auction house in mind, because the spirit of the guild for me is raiding with you guys, doing these events, the race stuff. If anything, let's talk about like the race points and what's happening with that when it comes to the spirit of the guild. I just think limiting the auction house is a very, very arbitrary challenge. Now, that being said, I don't know much about Blackwind Lair, and if there's anything that we would benefit from that, maybe we can talk about that. But I think it's a pretty random challenge to knock it to the auction house. And it seems like more of a time gate or a time challenge. Like, oh, you can't use the auction house, so now you have to do, like that guy said, dungeons all day instead. So now I can impress my viewers and saying, hey guys, I got my epic mount by doing just dungeons all day instead of just selling some crap on the auction house. Aren't you impressed? I don't think they would care, actually. I don't think my viewers would care. So anyone's saying about the optics of the viewers, I'm not really sure who you're trying to impress. All of this being said, I don't know how much using the auction house affects how difficult Blackwind Lair is.
But
okay, so then I think it's just I just don't really see the point. I don't know we're trying
No,
to
you're
press.
right.
Okay, I'm done.
I agree.
Viewers
are dumb. Viewers are dumb. However, with banning the auction house, like I don't want to do dungeons all day. Well, how the fuck are people supposed to do dungeons then in the guild? I guess you got to play with randoms. At that point, like, do we have any?
People are not doing
collaboration?
dungeons already. As soon as they don't need gear from dungeons,
you're
they
right.
don't do them. It's like really selfish. Like
All right,
I
well,
gotta
hey.
protect my character
Hey,
for next
listen.
week. Like
Fucking vote.
Grayson hasn't logged on in 3 weeks.
Hey, everyone.
Soda, can I ask a quick question?
Fucking vote then. Yes, Hubert.
So to my understanding, right, the reason 2.0 for OnlyFangs was set this way was to be a juxtaposition to last year, where pretty much it was all means. How do you feel about it at this point? Do you feel like the challenge has been done?
I agree with Sardaga. The challenge has been done. We did it. We don't. But, and the thing is, I'll be honest. The challenge is already like it was so dumb. It was like you guys just bought all the motherfucker. We bought gold for a GDKP that we were all in. Like it was literally only OnlyFangs members outbidding each other in ZG and AQ20 gear. Now we had ZG and AQ20 gear. That was a thing. But the buying gold was like you guys just have you don't even play the game. Y'all have no clue. But the leveling phase, yes, mob tagging and stuff, we absolutely skipped that. But clearing MC because we bought gold, no, it's because we did fucking ZG and AQ20. So we've already beaten.
Can I
challenge.
propose a different way to think about it? Because I think the real root of why people want the auction house is they just want some way to make gold. So what if we solve that in a different way that was like for content? So say, for example, I don't know, we had some risky event where the winner got 100 gold. That way people don't feel need to use the auction house or pressured. But on the flip side, it's good content for the viewers. the raider is able to buy their consumes without.
Sorry, I saw a butterfly outside. Go on.
No worries. All right, so the problem is people want gold, right? They want to be able to sell stuff on the auction house, right?
Yes.
So what if we fill that need in a different way? That is for the content. Have some sort of contest, some sort of event, something like that, where winner gets a big lump sum of gold. That way the viewer is happy, the participants are happy because they get their raid consumes, and everything's good.
Well, how is everyone getting their raid
Everyone's
consumes?
not happy if one
Well, maybe not everyone getting their raid
we'll have
consumes,
count.
but yeah, I mean, we could structure it in a different way. I'm just saying, what if we thought about a different way to solve the
Here's what we'll do.
problem with no auction
In
house?
response to that, Deej, we will have an in-house Among Us competition.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Soda, this is what we needed. We want some more events. Where's the hide and seek?
So-
What is Among Us?
Wait, could I?
Are we still doing the Blunderstorm event?
I want. Did I propose an idea?
I think Plunderstorm just no one cared. Everyone stopped giving a fuck, even me.
What's
Um,
Where the fuck is the treasure hunt? Or
People
scout?
would have cared if we
so
did it.
I think Winky might have died in real life, so we haven't done that. Listen, I've been fucking in Vegas. All right?
What?
I don't know what's going on.
You've been
Things-
fucking in Vegas?
No, I've been. Well, yeah, but also I've been in Vegas, so I've been busy. So anyway,
What
moving
happens
on.
if stays there?
Busy.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I throw out an
That was the
idea?
sphere.
So
I
well,
can say that I actually brought it up to Taka. I wanted to like set up an events group. So if people wanted to set up events, we can just have us try to organize it.
So well,
This is good.
it depends on what those events are. I don't trust other people to make good events. I never do. There's a lot of things to be taken in consideration. Number one, finding a game that can accommodate a large sum of people is very limited. That are actually fun.
SCP.
SCP is
Warcraft 3
one
custom.
thing. You can do Warcraft 3 customs. There are big maps, but those are difficult to jump into if you haven't played. Among Us, unironically, we could do in-house.
Guys.
We could do in-house bracket tournaments for games. So Fall Guys is a thing. We could do like I don't know, fucking Lethal League.
What
where
about
we have,
craft
like, we
games?
actually have brackets. So there are other games we can play and set up, but God, I don't fucking feel like doing it.
Play
And I
Nightcrawler.
don't-
Okay, I have an idea.
Anybody?
We need to
Midnight
bring
Crawler?
back. We need to bring back racism. We need to bring back LSF. We need to do an event, and we need to have the tribute chest, but just with consumables. And we should host. Wait, we need to bring on Azeroth has talent.
I like the. I think the weekly
And
meetings.
that's how we're
and-
gonna get the
I
points.
like the consumable part actually.
What if?
Okay, but
What if
why is
instead
Orange
of-
just gonna win? That's kind of like.
Gout
Losing out
awareness
on the
too,
weekly
be nice.
the weekly meetings and the clips of the week, I feel like are something that just feels missing with the channel points as well.
I
Not
mean,
points.
you're right. There's not much to really do at this point. I mean, you're right. We can do. I'm down to do a tribute chest, which is fucking consumables.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's what we need in this way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wait. As an alchemist, can I just say something really quick?
Go ahead, Apricot.
Yep.
I'm sure there's some of us who would be really glad to help donate to that as well. Like that.
Yes.
That
Donate
for
consumes?
me, like
And viewers.
Yeah.
too.
It'll probably be a bunch of Lionheart, or not Lionheart, Arcanite Bar, Mooncloth, and like flasks, and probably some other things too. Some minor agilities for
yeah, like
Fortnite.
whips
She's just
and pots
garbage.
and stuff.
And some
do have all the
t-shirts.
words for Lionheart.
Speaking of
What if-
tribute, so what happened to Sardako's Alcor's dagger?
We never bought it. Never quite got it. So I haven't been checking the auction house. Obviously, there was one on there for 5k gold. I told him to pound sand. I haven't seen one since.
Oh, there's a
someone
guy
whispered
who wants
me
to
a couple
sell
days
you
ago.
one.
There it is. I
Yeah,
see one in
it's,
there for
his
4K.
name's
Yeah.
Paladins.
Still up for 4K, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same fucker.
There's
He's
someone
not
selling it
gonna sell
earlier for 2K.
And keep in mind, we also
Is the
don't
guy's
have one.
name Paladins? There is a guy named Paladins that did show me one that said he wanted to sell it to you
Okay.
in game.
How much money do I have on tribute chest? I haven't checked this character. I think we're actually dead broke because we spent all the money. I gave all the gold to Volps, so we could pre-buy potions for you guys on that first raid. So Volp's bank pretty much has all the tribute chest money from what I know. Let me check. Yeah, we had like 4,000 gold. I have 1,000 gold. So
Hey, what if instead of doing like one event where like one person gets to win, what if we have like a place where we all can meet, like maybe some building in Orgrimmar where there's like a series of games, like maybe like card games or like games where you can like pull levers and you have a chance at winning a lot or like maybe losing some, and then the money that people lose goes to the people that win. Or
I have an idea.
we can
Oh,
meet
sucker,
at
give you
the
more
auction
consent.
house
Good.
and buy stuff from it.
Good old.
I have an idea. What if we draft the 2 raids, and then we make some kind of competition between the 2 raids for some consumables?
Pickle party competition.
I love it.
Okay.
That doesn't sound bad. The faster raid get all the
Yes.
buoys.
Ooh.
Pickling the feet. I have
That will
gout, so
affect
you
the
can't touch
draft.
my feet when I have gout.
I don't know if I necessarily want to make it the fastest raid because the problem with that is douses can just fuck up the time, and that's not fair. It also be, it could be other things though.
Least deaths.
Least deaths.
Hey, Llama,
Yeah,
I actually
that's
have
an
an
easy one.
event.
True.
I have an
Can do
event planned
that.
for next week. If folks want to like hop in on that, I've got a few others want to participate. But I brought this up to you too, Chance. It was for the charity event. Like I wanted to do the NPC, like making your viewers your NPCs for the escort quest, and we just kind of like march them through zones, and you just take some low-level viewers, or they can make alts or whatever, and we just see how many we can keep alive, and just kind of see like we have like, different streamers maybe stream like in a team or individual. It's like there's just different ways we can do it, but I think it'd be a really funny event. But it's going to happen next week.
The thing Mizkif did, where he took a bunch of viewers and they tried to run to the portal or whatever, a long ass time ago. But, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Week 3.
Yeah, that's like
3
one
months.
way to. Yeah, that's one way to look at it too. Yeah.
Week 2 actually.
Something like that.
I host those death runs every week. They're a really good time. A lot of people enjoy it, and a lot of people in my chat have been asking, like, "Hey, can you involve OnlyFangs somehow, or like other streamers or whatever?" Yeah, I could tell you, there's proof of concept in those that running idea for sure.
I mean, there are some things in WoW we can do event-wise, but it is limited. It is very limited. If we want to do events, they have to be organized in different games as a guild, which is okay. Again, it's just organizing them and finding a game where this works. It either has to be a bracket tournament system, if it's like a 1v1 or 2v2 game, or it has to be able to fit at least 30 people into one lobby. And even with that, people will be left
Dress to impress.
Okay,
You've
so
got
go ahead.
experience with brackets.
Yes, dress
You've got
to impress.
experience
On
doing
next
brackets.
Squid Games. Branching
Who's
off
you?
that idea with
Hold
WoW.
on, hold on, try. Who was trying to talk to me while I was talking?
It's a Foxy Grandpa. I'm
That
saying
wasn't me.
your idea about using different games. First off, you were saying there's going to be you need something that's either 1v1, 2v2, or you can fit 30 people in. But I think the main thing you'd want is for it to be free to play, so that everyone can just get on it and there's no hassle.
Fuck. I didn't even think about that. And we can do, we can do guild
there's
stuff.
something in every genre.
What about Crab Game? It's a free game.
Crab game is an
Yeah,
absolute
exactly.
option.
There's something in every genre. You've got people in this guild that are good at every genre of game. So you could do, like pick a genre, and then just talk to someone from the guild who's like an expert in that genre, and then use that game. Or a game from that genre.
Potentially, yeah, you're right. I just have to fucking actually do it. I don't want to, but I'll start working on it. God damn it.
I have a question about the auction house.
Yes, go ahead.
See, if we open the auction house, wouldn't that make it easier for people to treat the game like it's single player and just kind of like have their viewers give them everything?
Yes.
In a
Yes.
way that would take away from the social aspect of like running dungeons and trying to get materials with other people from the guild.
I mean, you're right, but we're talking like
Hasn't
it's
really been
our first
working.
day of the guild.
Maybe streamers with a certain view count would be able to use the
Yeah.
auction house. Like if they were like less than 100, they'd have.
I like the
access
thought of
to it.
running
You
mini
can still
games.
run
though.
dungeon, you can still get
Listen,
stuff,
like
and then you sell it on
all
the
of
auction
these
house.
things-
That's the only
It's
difference.
an idea.
Everything you're
But-
saying
but-
about how it turns to a single player game, like this is all true, and I would be like, oh yeah, I agree if this was the first day of the guild, but we're 10 weeks in. And we see how it plays out.
In my opinion, it was a bigger move to remove mob tagging or to allow mob tagging. That was like a bigger move than
Yeah,
this
it
auction
was.
house thing. It's weird
So-
that we did it in this order, in my opinion.
On your side of not using the auction house and use the auction house, why not just find a middle ground? Like we are a content guild, we are supposed to collab with each other, and so why not give the benefit of the doubt and give the Athene, which has been worked on for quite some time, and other people, just give it a try, at least something, because it was great.
No, I don't want to do a random.
Or
Are you in danger right now?
No, I'm
Yeah, are you like in a closet?
No,
Are
no,
you
no, no.
okay?
Guys,
Suffering
guys,
gout.
I'm at
Blink
work.
3 times if you're in
Yeah, blink
danger.
twice if you're in danger.
I'm at work.
Yeah, you
chill.
can hide out at my place
So,
if you need
so
to.
here's the thing.
I was about to say, he sounds like he's at work and hiding.
Yeah.
He has a gun to his head.
This man's at work risking getting fired for the guild meeting.
Fuck this. But here's the thing. Can we just give it a try?
No, thank you.
Hey, by the way,
Or
Soda,
let's use it
I'm
right now.
holding a Warcraft 3 tournament. Do you want to play in it?
When?
In March, 1st or 2nd week of March. I have like almost full player list. I was keeping a space for you.
Yeah,
Do you want to play?
I'll
in it?
do-
Is this the
hold
time
on.
and place for this?
Yeah, this is not the time and place, but I'll do it now. All right, so
cool.
moving on. I'm just gonna.
By the way, Soda.
Wait, please. I've been waiting. Please, just let me say one piece on this.
Fine.
So, like,
One piece.
the thing is, you and Sardako and other people want to brush us off because you feel like you're over it, right?
No,
And I think
I'm not
what's
over
actually-
it entirely. What do you mean?
Sorry, that's the wrong assumption. But my point I want to get to is, I feel like we have made it 90% of the way to like the gold Blackwing layer, right? With this whole skilled self-found restriction thing. I think it kind of. I'm coming from the perspective of someone who does farm all day, so I've got a very different perspective. But like, I feel like we not only don't need the auction house, but it sucks to just give up in the last 10% of the race. Like we've made it so far with this like crazy restriction on us.
True.
It feels like, what was the point of it then if we're just gonna like give up right at the end?
Okay.
A random challenge.
Absolutely
Fuck, we might
true.
as well just run in naked
thing
into
is-
Blackwind Lair then if we want to
Let's
give
do
ourselves
it.
a
Say
challenge.
that it's
What
not
is
10% at all.
I am
Nim stupid as that number?
I am
Is
voting to
Nim
keep.
dumb as fuck?
I am voting.
Yeah, I
to
want
keep-
my epic mount.
I
You can
am
bribe me
voting
if
for
you
no
want.
auction. I'm voting for no auction house. That's what I'm voting for. But
You
vote-
don't
need epic mounts.
I feel
by
like
the way.
But
if
I'm
you
also-
get
I get
people
all the free things I
responding
want.
to you in guild, then it's fine. But if you
Alright,
don't have
is-
people responding to you in
Vote.
guild for anything,
Wait,
then it's
there's
just talk.
there's no way
It's an
Nim just
announcement.
said we might as well run in Blackwing Lair naked. The fuck is he on? Does he play this game?
Why? It's a great challenge. What do you mean? Or
Also,
like,
man.
why not just do it with like 30 people? Or
But-
like,
by the way,
Guys, speaking of
Mike-
Blackwing Lair, I think it's time we start doing the cloaks. Do we have somebody on that?
I currently I don't know how much Sun Glitter sent me. We have about 20 cloaks. Mute your microphone, you clickety clack motherfucker.
I sent you 6 Onyxias and 21 core hound.
Okay, so we have 21 Onyxia scales then.
21.
So some people still want to say stuff, and that's fine. I'll give you a moment. But for everyone else that wants to leave, you may leave after I say these last final things. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Ampi is going to show his draft. 1 p.m. CST Ampi draft. After that, Sun Glitters versus Mary. Hold on.
Ooh.
And the Makara.
Okay, and also Mary would like to raid on Saturday, so we're gonna let Mary. Her raid will be on Saturday. Sun Glitters, you okay with that?
Yeah. Okay.
So your raid will be on Friday. So
Bye.
Friday, Sun Glitters raid. Saturday, Mary maybe raid, and then Sunday, Ampi raid, unless Zaryu needs to go, in which case we'll move it to Monday. And then Monday or Sunday, depending on if it swaps, we will do sloppy thirds. We don't know who's going to raid lead that until the draft is done tomorrow at 1 p.m. CST. Big day. So we'll get all of that locked out. When it comes to the auction house, we are doing a current vote. I've heard all of y'all's opinions, but at the end of the day, vote. I've said what I'm voting for. A lot of people said what they're voting for, blah, blah, blah. Vote. And it is there.
An announcement.
How the fuck?
It's tied 60-60.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
50-50 at the moment.
So I just voted. Everyone, you guys go ahead and vote as well. It is in the OnlyFangs Discord in announcements. It's very easy to vote. You just click either 1 or 2.
That's so Yo, I have a question.
Yes.
Squid Game vibes.
Is there like, okay, because I'm a small streamer, I'm irrelevant, but I think like a big thing, huh?
Don't need. I'm tired of hearing
okay.
that part.
All I was saying though is that when it comes to re-leveling after you die at 60, like being able to go to the auction house, get all the engineering mats, get all that stuff, plus mob taggers, you can level like twice as fast, and then you can get back into the raids.
Okay, so vote.
That's the point. Okay.
So I don't know. I just feel like if there's any way to like,
in chat.
well, I mean mostly like engineering plus mob tagging plus immolation pots and stuff. Like if there's any, I don't know if there's any way to allow it just for re-leveling, but then people can get
no, there's not.
People can get back to the raids much faster.
How do you want more help to read it?
Cease.
You can already have...
Cease. All right. We are now at a point. I said what we're doing tomorrow and for the rest of this week. If you would like to leave, you are excused. Thank you for coming to the meeting. Now, if anyone wants to add more, they can. Anyone else want to add anything
I'd like
more?
to say something real quick.
Wise Taran first. I will pick people.
Ah, thank you, friend. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we fucking hear you.
Ah, very good. All right, so I say real quickly in Discord, we should create an event council so those who wish to create events and more content, we can do so off stream and bring more content to the guild, which I think we all want.
Okay, we can make an event idea channel. Volps, make it. Or Tuka, I don't give a fuck. Someone make events channel. And if you want to do an event, please keep it brief and one paragraph, exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it, and we'll think if we can make it happen.
Can I add something?
All right, next, Triumphant, go ahead.
So this may be crazy. I don't know the plausibility of this at all. I'm just throwing it out there. Is there any way we can have any appeal to Blizzard to open Battlegrounds to make it not hardcore? Battlegrounds hardcore just doesn't make any sense, and it would add a lot of content to the server.
Wait, well, you're asking me to ask Blizzard to allow Battlegrounds?
Yeah, essentially.
Come on, Soda, please.
Hey, you got it. You got it.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
Bro, you got Blizzard on speed dial. Come on.
We don't have our ex-Blizzard employee anymore. I don't know.
Isn't your dad?
Yeah, we can already do war games if we want to.
Oh, fuck. We can?
Like you can do battleground. Yeah.
And if you die,
I think you die in war game as well.
No, yeah, if you die, it's for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just watched the OTK tournament from last year, and I saw you guys get rid of a coward debuff off somebody. I'm sure you can make this happen, Soda.
Did we get it? I don't think we fucking did. And that was also a Blizzard-sponsored $100,000 tournament. I'm pretty sure it was Lepin, right? And Lepin didn't get it removed?
We almost did, but we ended up not getting it removed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
no, they were able to. The admins were able to.
But it was just too late.
Didn't respond in time.
Didn't change the tourney, yeah.
Yeah, okay, didn't change tourney. So, no, it's not happening. That's not I'll ask, and they'll tell me to fucking kick rocks. It's not happening.
So like, if there's PTs with rewards, right? Like if you can get like the PP set and you don't die when you die, then like why don't you just rank to rank 10 for your Biskia and like at no risk?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point in playing hardcore then?
You're right. All right. Anything else want to be added, Zico?
I have a question for clarification.
Hold on. Zico, go ahead.
So the guild is getting, I would say, more, we're thinking about min-maxing it more. We're talking about scaling down raids potentially, buying more consumables, etc.
Yep.
How min-maxy do we want to be with the loot? Do we just want to have like the guy who picks the draft, does everything he wants, takes the bindings, gives toe up to healers, or do we want to pick certain
Good question.
So here's how I want loot to be done. I want it to where if it's your BIS, you can roll. So Quick Strike Ring. If we were a min-maxi guild, we would funnel Quick Strike Ring to warriors. Well, tanks and then warriors and then rogues and then hunters. But it's BIS for all of them, is it not? So I would like Quick Strike Ring rolled on, and ferals, yeah, I would like Quick Strike Ring rolled for all of them. It's their BIS, even though whatever. But I do not want, say, an Aura Stone Hammer. I don't want a priest getting that. I don't, because they'll get benediction, right? It's wasted, because they'll end up replacing it.
First.
So
what about toe up to healers?
Toe up should
It's not best for healers.
It's not. Is it not best for healers?
No, you don't use toe up on the healer.
What about resto shamans with toe up? Is that real?
Do we have a resto shaman with toe up?
Yes.
Hell yeah, we do.
What's up? Still crying.
Hell yeah, we do.
We almost gave Cho'Gath the Fire Lord to a healer as well, by the way.
Cho'Gath, again, these are technically BIS for healers, but like that's the point where I'm like, nah, no, sorry, because you get the neck is just so from what is it from Strat? It's one healing less.
One spell power. Yeah.
It's one healing less. So technically, yeah, it's not gray, but to me, it's common sense. I feel like you should just have one person in the raid who kind of understands where I'm speaking from on gear, and understands that, and that's how the loot should be distributed. So yeah,
and
like,
honestly, I think that people should declare their loot rules before the raids. We've had some issues with that, and I don't want to see that going forward.
So on your binding situation, Sardako did say on stream it was reserved, but who gives a fuck about his stream and what he said there? And then he said Gar is at 3% bindings are reserved. That is asinine. However, in your defense, the only other person that could have probably gotten it is Ampi, but I don't know if Ampi wanted it. I wish you rolled between you and Ampi. Those are the only other two valid options to get Thunder Fury out of those. Didn't steal from the whole raid, stole it from Ampi. So Sardako, now's your chance to apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry, and I did. I talked to all the tanks individually, and I did apologize.
Did you send them flowers?
That I am working on that.
Good.
Yes, that's a thing.
Did you give them subs?
Send an edible arrangement.
Or edibles.
My credit card is
Some Black
Or
Lotus.
edibles.
Takes 2 days.
Yes, that too.
All right.
It has to be limited to just text.
So that's
RMT.
Zico. That's where I stand on loot. Is like, yes, if it's your BIS, you can roll on it, but there's some things where like Choker the Fire Lord should not go to a healer. Toe up should not. Whose raid got toe up to a shaman? Whose was it?
That was
Sardako.
Fucking insanity.
Apparently, all kinds of crazy things happen in that raid. The Onyxia, like MP5 trinket, went to a DPS. The toe up went to a healer. Bindings got hard res at 2%. There was
Boots were
getting
easy.
getting
double gear. CNN with all the
I'm
news.
just saying, crazy things happen in that raid.
Sardako suddenly forgot cast your BIS items.
Hey, you know what? I gave all of you guys stuff to react to on YouTube, so you're
You
welcome.
fucking so.
Thank you, bro.
All right, and a lot of people are in this mindset. I think Sardako's being ironic there. A lot of people are in this mindset of like, let me be a piece of shit for content. That's not a thing. We have G-kicked JBZ. He has given some pretty big apologies here and there, but in his mind, in that moment, is what he says. He thought it was funny content. He was being a piece of shit for content. I don't know if that's true or not, but he does feel like shit. He killed his character, yada yada. But my point is, being a piece of shit and then saying, "Oh my god, well, you're welcome for all the clips and all the drama," like you were, like it was all planned. No, you're just being a piece of shit. I don't want any of that. So if you're ever sitting there, wondering, like, hey, maybe I should, no, don't like it, don't want it. We're beyond that. Less drama is much better. I would prefer it that way. I would like smooth and clean MCs. Boring at this point is almost better. With the stipulations, we're adding like a 20-man MC and less sweats. So that's our challenge, is getting through and surviving, not you stealing loot and deleting it. Okay? Don't care about that. That's dumb. I think, Storm, you wanted to say something, right?
Yes.
You had a question?
I
Go ahead.
actually, well, it's not really a question. It's more like a something I want to bring your attention, want your idea or thoughts on. I have some ideas on making money, because I feel like that was like a big contention earlier for the auction house thing. People weren't like gonna make enough money to buy potions or whatever. People were broke doing shit. So I have some ideas. Strip club, one.
Oh my
I think
God.
it could be held in Undercity.
Yeah.
Also a casino. I love on top of that.
Sounds good.
Also,
What is
crypto coin with an inevitable rug pull, of course.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
obvious, but
Can the dudes be strippers as
We
well?
said gold, not
Of
money.
course.
We're
Anyone can.
progressive.
All right.
What if you're already
lottery
naked?
tickets. We can make like in-game lottery tickets. I don't know how the fuck that could work. That would honestly be a Volps thing, but lottery tickets could be a fun idea. Mount races with betting on top of them. It would obviously be like base mounts, not the
I love
fast ones.
everything's gambling.
We could create. Well, yeah. I mean, what else are we gonna fucking do?
I love it.
Play
I
the
love it.
game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Selling courses on how to make more gold / be better at the game. So Sweats could literally sell courses, giving them ideas. 'Cause,
Okay.
You know, obviously,
Boosting
this
services.
money system is really just pulling, like, honestly, stealing money from the poor.
All right.
We are a capitalist society.
So here's I agree with two of your ideas. They sound good. The strip club
Okay.
sounds great. We
Right.
could
Strip
allow
club?
one room where
I'm telling you, bye.
you're allowed to trade with non-guildies. We'll see how that plays out. And you can strip for maybe like
Yeah.
what 10 minutes of the day. The strip moment or strip time. That'll probably just be
Happy
gold
hour?
buyers. Gold buyers will just fucking.
We were
give it
making
to
money in the girls' kissing party.
The
like, every
other
Sunday, that would work.
actually good idea is we could do like horse races.
Yeah.
One person from each race, and people can bet on whoever and try and win gold on a base mount running from, here or there. That could
Yeah,
work.
we could
No
create a
portals.
course.
Yeah, that Wubby
What
brings
about-
up a
what
good point about the trading with non-guildies for stripping. That's gonna open up.
We're not exactly. We're not actually.
Do you think that those of us who've played on Moonguard have an unfair advantage in the strip club meta? Yes,
Let's say Xario goes in their strips and gets 1,000 gold. I go in the strip and get 1 gold, so it's not really fair, right?
That's a skill issue.
Yeah, he'd have to share.
Strip better.
Just gotta throw it back harder, you know?
This is very family friendly.
All right.
I have a question to clarify.
Go ahead, Rakula.
Okay, so with this vote, I assume neither of the options include Petri Flask, right?
Yeah, Petri is gone.
Yeah,
We're never touching Petri. We've gone this far without it, and I'm very impressed with how well we've gone without Petri thus far. No massive raid wipes yet. No, none so far.
And no outside trading? Or
Illustrize exists. Wait until BWL.
Yeah, BWL is going to be rough. It is. I have no idea how to even do BWL, so I have to study myself. Okay. Go ahead. Tell you had something.
Yeah,
to
but I wonder, would we ever be able to do like or plan a level 60 Makara tournament, like all level 60s?
Potentially. So we wanted to do that last OnlyFangs, but we never quite got around to it. It's tough because it's like I want to have a big guild wipe, but let's say my entire raid dies. Okay, we have a full raid wipe, and the morale is low, and we're not coming back from it. All right, the whole guild's fucked up. We have 120 members still wanting to play. I'm not gonna relevel. It's not happening. And it's gonna probably start falling apart. At that point, we might host a final OnlyFangs Hoorah Makara tournament. Fuck it. We might do something like that. So if the stars align, it can happen where we have a raid. But I just don't want to do it before a fucking raid wipe, obviously, or some other, astronomical fuck up in a raid.
We could raid Stormwind.
Could raid Stormwind?
What about using
raiding Stormwind is sick.
the racism as a way to get Makara going again? Like everyone has to nominate one person in their race, and they can only be nominated once, so it's not.
Ooh, a race Makara
I mean, yeah,
tournament.
I don't want to be killing people for like.
What about
content right now.
what about the guild UFC where we have one duel a week? I think that was good content.
That was.
Yeah,
I can pick up trying to plan it again. It's tough. So there are people helping me, Zico, PS Hero, amongst others. It's tough because you don't just want to pick people to duel. You have to pick people of equal skill level, so it's interesting. But then you also have to know at that skill level what classes are good to go against another class. And finding a good match is really tough. So you don't want to match a warrior versus a mage. Unless it's Sony versus, I don't know, Lucari, right? Because that's really good warrior versus trash mage. So there's things like that. So, yeah, we can bring back the duel tournaments. From now, let's focus on the draft.
We can add gold as well.
We can add gold. We'll focus on the
Brooklyn
draft.
Consumables.
Tomorrow, I will... trying to think. Man, with all these raids going on, there's so much. I'm trying to think of where even a free day would be. Because we have draft day. We have 4 raid days now. That's 5 days of the week with shit going on. And then I take Tuesdays off. I'm sure you all have a day off too. And that leaves one day where nothing's happening, which is nice to kind of have every now and then. So we might have to start stacking multiple MCs in one day if we want to start doing more content like that, which I'm down for. Do we want to do multiple MCs on the same day?
Well, our MC timers are getting faster and faster every week too, so it's not like MC is a whole day anymore, right? Like MC plus the Nixie is about 2.5, 3 hours maybe ish is what it's looking like at the moment. As we get more gear, it's gonna be even faster. Like I don't think it'd be too hard to stack those in the same day.
It's not going to get much faster. I think 2 hours.
Do you mean like after each other or at
No,
the
no,
same
no.
time?
The same time or after each other. Either or. Basically, one day there will be multiple MC runs happening from OnlyFangs.
I think that sounds good.
One AU MC and one NA MC.
What if we combine? What if we
Oh,
combine?
no,
What if we what?
What if we combine the dueling with the draft? Like, let's say Sunglitters and Mary have to pick 39 people, and then like they both need to pick like they both save 1 warlock because they need 3 warlocks, right? So they only get to pick 2 each or whatever. And then the last person has to be the same class, and then they just play a mirror match for the spot in a raid.
I'm so confused.
What the hell? Competing for a spot? Or like why?
Yeah.
So
No way you're gonna line up skill with
basically,
that.
you're saying like that you give them their main like core draft, right? They need these warlocks. They need 4 mages. They need tanks, and they need the right amount of healers. But then every spot after that must be dueled for.
Not every spot, but like they could do like 1 or 2 spots. Like
Okay.
the 1 or 2 last spots.
Who the fuck is gonna duel for our raid?
I mean, dueling's not hard.
People who aren't promised like
Imagine doing for a wait and then it wipes.
You know how many people told me they're gonna call in sick if I pick them? It's fucked.
Okay, by the way, I'm busy on Saturday, Mary.
Yeah,
that's on them.
Hey, nothing's
So-
stopping
on
you
you,
from
I wasn't
drafting
gonna
an all
pick
girls
you.
raid.
I will be
You don't need
available
Soda's
for you.
permission for an all girl raid.
Can we have like a 5 people in each raid that like hasn't been in MC before, just to try and get more new people in?
Potentially. I mean, if
Oh,
they
that
have
would be cool. Yeah, if they could get prio if they haven't been
Oh
yet.
fuck, I lost. I'm not getting into Sunglitters raid. Fuck, that's so bad.
I don't know who are these people.
Who?
Where the people who have not been in MC yet? Who are they?
I mean,
Shiny non-streamers.
The ones
Shiny
leveling
just
up.
60.
Hi.
Yeah, Mark
Please.
Tails
Let
too.
us facilitate this the right
Iski.
way and do it in Discord.
Yeah, all right. Well, either way, fuck, I'm kind of like drained just talking about all this. It sounds like we have a solid plan. I will look more into Zico and PS Hero and whoever else was in Annie, I think. Whoever was in that one Discord channel with me, we can start planning a little duel section or duel tourney thing going on, and we can do it tomorrow, actually.
Could we maybe revoke PS Hero's license?
We can.
Based on his recent performances in MC?
Yeah,
Like, at least
absolutely.
consider it.
Yeah, we'll think
Wait,
about
what
it.
the fuck are you talking about? Wait, I have 95 personal Nixia, by the way. What is your personal Nixia, Zico?
I'm Winter's Chill spec.
All right. We'll
I
look
don't
into...
think Alex Bones has been in multiple.
You do have to
so
finish
Right.
Frostbolt cast for that to matter, right? You
We
can't
will-
cancel Frostbolts for at 90%.
All right, we'll talk in Discord about potentially bringing back the duel tournament bullshit, and I'll look into potentially doing other games. First game, OnlyFangs we might play together would just be Warcraft 3 canned bread. That can be easy. But in order to do that, next week we might start stacking MCs on top of each other. So 2 MCs at once or 2 MCs back to back. I prefer stacked on top. It would just be kind of funny. And that's probably how we'll go
I
forward.
agree. I think that's a good idea.
As far as watchers though, like, would it affect your guys' ability on your? Because I know a lot of people's streams they kind of do like, you know, hate watching.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if they're running at the same time or they're in a raid, is that anything anybody's worried about?
Optics wise, it
No,
might...
because there's so many raids.
Well, you're right. Like, we'll lose hate watchers, so Alondo won't be able to hate watch because he'll be in a raid.
Okay.
As
You
an
want to
example.
estimate my abilities.
But then he can hate watch the other 2 days too, right? Because we have so many raids now.
Yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, you're right. But
Could we
that's-
incentivize a race
let's-
mechanic?
I mean, let's just
I was
fucking
gonna
do
say
something.
you could race the raids.
You can
Yeah.
race them, but the problem with that is like I don't want people going so fast that they die.
will
and
die.
Douses are bullshit. I mean, again, we've done hate watching. Let's just do 2 MCs back. Fuck it. We can just do that with Sunglitters and Mary. Same raid at the same time. Why not?
On Saturday?
I
Yeah,
like
like
it.
imagine
Yeah, it's a
Quinn69
good
hate
idea.
watching 2 raids at the same time, like 20 fucking camps on his stream.
Yeah, speaking as I watch
That's
it,
insane
the other
content.
Quinn, it really isn't that hard. Yeah, you can hate watch inside the raid. You can you could absolutely be in a raid and hate watch another raid.
All right.
Same
let's
to
do
the
it.
right.
So we'll do
You
that.
watch your own
Where's
raid
my
if you're
fucking
really
shit?
worried.
Professional hate watcher.
So Friday there will not be a raid. We might do some type of OnlyFangs bullshit, Warcraft 3 fun time, whatever. Fun time maybe. And Saturday is going to be a Mary Maybe and Sunglitters raid. Unfortunately, some people left the meeting, so they're not going to hear this. But I'll do an announcement. You're both going to raid at the same time. So, and we'll have 2 different channels. So, all right, I'm wrapping it up. Is there anything else?
We always
there's
need
one
one
thing.
raid during the week
Yeah,
I
poll-
was gonna say that too.
for Zaryu.
Oh, you fucking.
Of course, how are you?
This is crazy.
I wanted
Zaryu.
to expand on the Undercity strip club idea. We could do a Goldshire Gunner club and just raid Stormwind, and then just get back to Goldshire after the raid. If people survive, then they can earn the right to trade with players. You know, if you make it out alive.
What time does the poll for the auction house vote
Tomorrow.
close?
Tomorrow when I at 1 p.m. Polls closed.
Okay.
All right.
By the way, Soda, can I quickly ask something? Like,
Yeah.
because you mentioned that the real auction house, right? When you use it, you cannot filter out items, right? And track that. Like, what if that's possible? What if something can be made to really allow people to only sell, for example, and only buy potions, and they can't buy anything else. Would that be something the guild is interested in?
Potentially, yes.
Not if you make it.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
good.
sick.
Okay, then I'll
people...
see if it's possible. I'll see if it's possible, because I can ask the devs here and see if that's interesting, and if it's possible, I can message you and.
I would message me before you start working on it, though. The reality.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, all right.
No worries.
So
yeah,
from then on, all right. I'm looking here. Fun time Saturday, Sun Glitters Merry, Sunday Ompi raid. So Zaryu, you can't play on weekends.
Yeah, I generally take weekends off. Yeah,
okay.
I did the first couple weekends because.
Would you be okay with raid leading sloppy thirds this week?
I could. I would. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely raid lead third raid.
We can lock
you
in
for this if you need a samurai or.
For this week, you're going to raid lead. So you are raid leading sloppy thirds.
I have one point on the announcement. One last thing. You can vote on both options in the poll.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I have one thing. How important is it to you that it starts at the exact same time? Because I thought maybe I can do it a little bit earlier because EU and stuff, and Mary's an A.
So I don't give a fuck. I really don't. For the most part, same day is good enough for
Let
me.
the winner of the duel choose the time.
Yeah, you can do that too. But also, like, how early were you planning on starting, Sun Glitters?
Well, like an hour earlier or two. I feel like that makes a big difference.
You can start it at 12 if you want.
Okay.
I think, Mary, you good with that? 12 CST?
Oh, that's nice.
Holy
That's 7 p.m.,
fuck.
right? For EU?
I'll try my best.
Well, how is it so hard?
I'm a degen. I'm up at night, dude. I've been up since 11:30 p.m. I'm dying in this meeting.
It's 12 p.m. Like, we're not
I
asking.
know.
It's not 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. Like, it's 12 p.m.
There's a reason why they call me female Akari, man.
And the
I was
reason
about to say
to
the same
start at the
thing.
same time is just to see who's faster or what?
It's just, unironic, like, y'all aren't racing, but you are kind of going to be racing.
I'm gonna take my time, I think.
The raids are going to be compared. Absolutely. And that's funny. People are going to compare the raids. Whether you like it or
We'll do
not.
12. We'll do 12. We'll do 12.
All right.
I'll fix my sleep schedule.
All right, 12 p.m. That means you have to be up, and I would say getting your raid formed at 11 a.m. You're pulling at 12. Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right, everyone, let's wrap it up from there. I will see you all tomorrow to reconvene. We will unveil Ompi's 20-man draft.
Wait,
wait a second.
Are you eligible to be picked?
Yeah, I just read
Soda?
that. I don't know if I should be.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, I don't. How safe does your raid feel? Because the point is, I don't want to waste and like we funneled
Just
so
stay in
much
the 40
gear.
man. It's okay. It's okay.
I would actually
I'll
love
bring
to be
Rayson instead.
I would love to be in the 20 man. I'm just asking, how risky is it?
I don't know. I mean, mob tagging is back though.
We'll find out.
Are you afraid of
Even
dying?
Ompi, watch out.
How hardcore are you, Soda?
You should go again. We'll be back. You'll be back in like 4 days.
Are you about
That's crazy.
Oh man, I'll go. Yeah, I'm eligible to be picked. Yeah, you can pick me. I'll go to the 20 man, and then I'll react. I'll go. All right. So we'll reconvene tomorrow. Ompi will unveil his 20-man draft. Sun Glitters and Mary will duel. Whoever gets first pick, they will pick their draft. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate y'all coming in and talking, giving me y'all's opinion. Make sure you vote in the Discord, and we'll unveil everything tomorrow. GG's, everyone.
Okay.
GG's.
Thanks.
All right, I hung up. I gotta go pee really fucking bad. Ooh, fuck. Ow.